A lot of moving parts, a lot of craziness going on in terms of the rain. But I appreciate everybody's patience jumping on in. I'm going to keep this a very short stream. I mean, it's a red day, and we are buying red, as always, every single day. You guys freaking know it. That's why we chip away. That's never overinvest. You guys are probably starting to see why we never overinvest. Gee, but what impact is your $5 going to have? My $5 now has more of an impact today than it did yesterday. My $5 has more of an impact today than it did 2 weeks ago. My $5 has more of an impact today than it did 3 weeks ago, right? This is why we love chipping away little by little, right? Skipping our coffee, just picking our crypto of choice, and we don't stress over it, because if it's even redder tomorrow, this Mercury retrograde has definitely been freaking crazy, and I see everybody on crypto Twitter, either it's silence or people crying and all that type of stuff, man. That's not the Blue Foundation way. That's not the ninja way. That's not the tiger. That's not the tiger way, right? The tiger's patient. The tiger waits in the high grass to pounce, and we are pouncing on these opportunities without a doubt. What's up, Digits? Appreciate you jumping in. Shout out to everybody here. Much love to everybody. Guys, once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and I'm so grateful to the best community jumping on in. Once again, guys, this is going to be a short video today. It's literally just checking in and just letting you guys know I'm not freaking stressing over this dump. I am not losing it over this dump whatsoever, because we've already been in this for years. We know that the market could go in any which way, any freaking direction at any time, because the market is pennies. The market is pennies, you guys. This is why charts don't freaking matter. This is why it's completely irrelevant. People who try to do the charts and everything, oh, it's hitting this support line, it has to go up from here, and then it goes down further, right? Starts creating newer lows, right? This is why we don't care about those freaking charts. We care about the deep reds, how red they are, because it gives us the best opportunities, right? It gives us the best opportunities to get short-term greens, or, you know, when they start turning around, our $5 can have a bigger impact, right? Our little swing could go a long way. My boy bought more dent. Congratulations to you, Digits. Hey, man, you have ammunition. You're buying the crypto you feel, strong conviction for and like, and that's what all that matters. I'm just focusing on the X's. I'm focusing on cryptos that aren't built on Ethereum. I'm focusing on cryptos that are Decentralized Recovery Alliance that can provide decentralized recovery to enterprises and institutional partners. I'm focusing on cryptos that are NIST cryptographically aligned. I am focusing on regulatory friendly cryptos, cryptos that are hybrid blockchains, cryptos that have KYC either optional or natively on the freaking blockchain. Guys, regulations are going to become so important. Being regulatory friendly and eco-friendly is going to be such an important thing that everybody is overlooking. It's going to be more than just about hype, right? In 2026, this will be the peak of the hype cycle. This will be the last. I don't want to flag plant here, because sure, there may be more speculative cycles, but I'm definitely feeling the vibe that this is going to be the last of the last speculative cycle that is going to bring everybody in, right? 2026 is going to bring everybody to the fold. People are going to be buying crypto off Robinhood. They're going to be buying crypto off Venmo. They're going to be buying crypto off PayPal, wherever, from their bank, right? You're going to have people chasing the pumps all over the place. This is going to be peak distraction. So no matter what crypto you're probably invested in, it's going to make you gains, and I hope we're smart enough to be taking some profits. Once again, not a financial advisor, not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. But I am stacking up only blue chips. Only the blue chips that have a chance of working with governments, institutions, being regulatory friendly, ISO 20022 compliant, NIST cryptographically aligned, because that means you mean serious business. You have to be compliant with NIST standards if you're going to be working with institutions, enterprises, or banks and dealing with billions upon billions of dollars in volume, right? I'm not talking in market cap. I'm talking in volume, right? So I'm focusing on those cryptos because I can get whole numbers of these digital assets today with my coffee money. And that's going to be freaking legendary. 2 to 3, 4 to 3, or 3 to 4, whatever, towards the end of this decade, man. Massive changes are coming in 2026 The light of truth is going to be shining, but you're also going to have the peak of distractions, right? You're going to have global distractions outside of crypto. You're also going to have distractions within crypto, right? Shining the light on the benefits of crypto and all the amazing stuff that it can provide. Everybody's going to be speculating all over the place, right? And then 2027, bam, the year of judgment, bam, the year of the cyber event, bam, the transition begins to the new way, all digital rails from here on out, and being regulatory compliant. Cybersecurity, security of assets is going to be so damn important. And if you're not doing KYC, if you're not even thinking about KYC as a blockchain project, you're freaking screwed. No offense or anything. If you have no plan of KYC or any freaking regulatory friendly standards whatsoever, good luck to you on this. They're going to be strict with security, with regulation. They're going to be strict on whether it's eco-friendly, right? Regulatory clarity is not going to benefit every freaking crypto in the space, man. It's not going to do that, right? Moonit, they have loaded up Bear XRP for ET. Oh, dude, super cheap XRP from the ETFs now, right? There we go. Let me catch up with the chat here really quick. Once again, guys, very short video. I'll try to see if I can do a stream later on tonight. But just wanted to get a short video out there saying I'm freaking buying X's, man. I'm focusing on X's because if the future is the X app with X identity, with X payments, X money, X rails, then I mean, that would be hilarious if it went the other way and it's like not an X that ends up being the freaking crypto that is running it all. The main question is when these ISO tokens moon, will they crash back down? If they moon short term, Fife, if the ISO tokens are going to moon on the 22nd and into December, they will crash back down. There will be a retracement, right? Because I'm expecting that we're still going into the speculative cycle in 2026. I'm expecting that it's still a speculative cycle nonetheless and not a utility cycle. So if they moon on the 22nd and they moon big, I don't mind taking a little bit of profits because you just never know, right? I just don't think we're at that. I don't think we're at that future yet of micro payments, which is what ISO 20022 is going to be really, really geared for, right? We're in retrograde, so I'm kind of leaning. Hey, dude, fingers crossed that we moon. Fingers crossed that we moon. But retrograde is happening during the 22nd, right? So you can have a delay, or like you could possibly have a pushback. You could possibly have, the cryptos don't run and they tank more. And then next thing you know, early December, they start moonshotting because we're out of retrograde, right? We got to be aware of all the possibilities here, right? But I don't think the ISO cryptos moon officially until a cyber event happens. The cyber event that has to compromise the traditional rails and the traditional financial system and make it completely obsolete is going to be the thing that transitions everyone, all the money, to the ISO rails, right? Until then, it's all just still mind games, and traditional financial system is still existing. Bitcoin is still booming. Ethereum is still booming, right? All the BS cryptos are still booming, right? We're still in the they do well in the traditional financial system. In this new financial system, maybe not so well. XRP, XLM, XDC, XMR. You're forgetting a few more X's there, but I definitely dig your top four there, man. Not a fan of XMR. I think XMR is going to get regulated and it's just going to be a niche type of thing for black market. I don't see trillions upon trillions going through XMR, but XMR definitely a legit privacy crypto. But we'll see what ends up happening once regulatory regulations come in. I don't think the banks, especially if it's going to be a new way and new mentality, I don't think they're going to be down with something that is like XMR. But XMR for sure is a powerhouse. Like, I don't mind having XMR because it's an X crypto, but it's just definitely not working towards being regulatory friendly. It's not a crypto that wants to be regulatory friendly at all. Right. So it's going to be great for black market. Good luck trying to find places where you can make purchases with it. They've already have it delisted off so many exchanges, right? Maybe that's intentional. Maybe because they're going to find it valuable. Maybe because they are going to make Monero, a new crypto. That's why I don't mind speculating it, but I'm definitely not putting all my eggs in that basket, right? These hybrid blockchains like XDC, like, Sirius or XRPL, and, they're going to allow for user to control their data. XX network, right, is going to allow for users to control their data, right, and have privacy, but also be regulatory friendly, right? Be able to work with the banks, work with the institutions, right? It just rang an Astro bell. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. What's up? Saturday ISO 20022 deadline is just the start needed for instant settlement. It should be a progression, maybe a ramp up. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a ramp up type of situation, but also I don't think it's like full on ISO 20022 in 2026. I still think they're really stressing that all the banks should on board and that there's a penalty if they don't, right? But, it's not an official declaration that it's a full on migration, abandoning the traditional financial system, right? They're going to be prepared though, right? They do this a year early. How convenient that this is happening a year before the major cyber event is happening, right? I don't think they're doing this and then bam, cyber event happens in 2026. We may think it's a cyber event because, there's going to be power outages and outages all over the place that are going to test these centralized systems. But it is going to be a cyber, it's going to be some sort of, malware or something that is going to attack the banks specifically. It's going to be the hackers, right, that are going to be able to expose the traditional financial system. Nice, Michael Park. Congratulations to you, my man. What a time. What a time, right? What a beautiful time. Yeah, that's crazy, Moonfeather. Guys, I got to keep this one short for today. I am so sorry. I know we're coming in with a lot of momentum and a lot of, stuff. I just got other moving parts in my life that are going on, and it's raining here, and I got to make sure that I arrive to my destination on time and early. I'll try to do a stream maybe later on tonight with y'all, and then I'll try to give, a good hour or half hour there as well. But I just wanted to let you guys know it's freaking red and it's awesome. While other people are crying, we never overinvested. We stayed ninjas. We just chipped away a little bit at a time, right? On X cryptos, right? Getting any X crypto that we freaking are, excited for and that we're, looking forward to, right? Or whatever crypto that you guys are excited for. I hope we all see the promised land. I'm just focusing on X's right now. But, there's definitely a lot of good deals with other cryptos and digital assets that are out there, without a doubt. Base Patsy, good to have you coming on in. Just letting everybody know it's a short video, super short. We're about to even move on in just a second here. I'm going to try to keep it to a 15-minute video. So we got 2 more minutes. But, I'll try to do a stream later today, but I just want to let you guys know I'm freaking buying. I'm always buying every single day. I'm chipping away with a Zen mindset. Never losing it, never freaking FOMOing, right? Just picking what my favorite crypto is of that day or favorite few cryptos, and then bam, just chipping away. The Base Patsy, never focusing on X's. Hey, man, I respect that. I hope you see the promised land with whatever digital asset that you have. Digits, I did some research on Dent. It doesn't line up with my criteria, but I certainly hope it makes you filthy gains, because it certainly will in this next speculative bull cycle. We are going into another speculative bull cycle, and everybody's cryptos is going to probably make them filthy, filthy freaking gains, especially the low caps. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to celebrate with y'all there. And I can't wait to hear all the I told you so's, right? While we're also making gains off, the other cryptos. It is what it is, right? Everybody wants to do the I told you so's when I literally say, I just hope we can all see the promised land. We're just lucky, right? We're just lucky. Right? The play on words, dude. The play on words. Never focus on my X's. I get you. I'm so grateful for my ex, right? What a freaking mind game or whatever subliminal that is, right? You think there's dude, she released that song before X even existed, the X account and, Twitter turning into X. How funny is that, man? Getting you prepped. The movie Saw X, right? They were getting you prepped for the future of the X as well, man. Freaking nuts here. Nuts. But anyways, guys, we're bullish more than ever. I love that they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to deal with the blue foundation. They think, you know what, let's just freaking crash their portfolios to oblivion. And it's like, hey, man, I accumulated this portfolio over years of just chipping away, right? With coffee money, with little bits of money that I could afford to lose. I never overinvest. I never have the freaking FOMO energy towards any crypto going, you know what, this is the last dip, I'm just going to go ham and throw a bunch of money in on it. And the next thing you know, it does dip more, and then I'm freaking sweating and I don't have ammunition, right? We always have ammunition. May the Schwartz be with you. What's up, Soul of Hefe? I'm going to look at Dent. Dude, Dent is going to make everybody a ton of money, most likely, because it doesn't fit my criteria, but I'm always wrong. And hell, if once again, I'm just focusing on X cryptos, ISO 20022 cryptos, eco-friendly cryptos, cryptos that have done CBDC test pilots, cryptos that have proven technology that actually works at scale, that isn't a new face on the block, that hasn't been like getting millions of dollars going through it for years, right? You know, we can do the speculative trade game with the low caps and, you know, try to be pro traders and cash out at the right time and make filthy gains, right? But convenient that somebody's turning on their brake lights right here. Our face is red. The market is red. Let's go. December 17th, Coinbase system update. Let's go. That's when Coinbase crashes, right? That's when Coinbase doesn't let you freaking cash out. Dent is built on Ethereum. Sorry, I don't believe in Ethereum in the future. It's going to do amazing in 2026. It's going to be one of the big distractions. Ethereum is going to outgain Bitcoin by a long shot in 2026. So Dent will most likely make you filthy gains. I understand Dent is very in touch with telecom industry and the telecom stuff. There's other cryptos that are attached to them as well. But what does it do? I'm focused on layer 1 cryptos. I'm not here for layer 2s. I'm here for layer 0, layer 1 cryptos that are the foundation, and then the ecosystems within those. So, you know, the cryptos that are within the ecosystem of XRPL, within the ecosystem of XLM, within the ecosystem of HBAR, within the ecosystem of Tezos, within the ecosystem of, what's it called? Algorand, within the ecosystem of Avalanche, within the ecosystem of Polkadot, within the, dude, that's already so many freaking cryptos, right? Like the ecosystems of each one of those layer 1s is already so many, right? So, you know, everybody's going to have their own things. If Ethereum layer 2s are your thing, then hey, you know, you'll probably see the promised land in 2026. And I look forward to you coming around and saying, I told you so on such and such crypto that is built on Ethereum, right? And, or built on Solana, right? Or whatever, you know, I'm sure it's going to make you filthy freaking gains. I'm sure meme coins are going to make you freaking filthy gains. Once again, I'm building for the long term here. I'm building for post-cyber event. I'm building for what the world is going to look like when strict regulations are on this market. This market won't go to 100 trillion or 50 trillion or 20 trillion even if there isn't strict regulations on it. It's just, enjoy the Wild West. We're enjoying the Wild West phase while we still got it, man. But you know, there's prices right now and volume are a major distraction. The size of communities are a major distraction, right? It's all about the quality of the tech. How much of a full stack is this crypto, right? Of a tech, right? How many holes does this crypto have? Does it depend at all for third party, you know, connections? In terms of storage, in terms of, you know, KYC, and like, is there centralized connections? Do they have partnership with decentralized solutions? Right? That's what I'm like, you know, I have a strict criteria, man. I'm just keeping it that way. I'm sure you guys are going to make filthy gains off your low cap cryptos, off your cryptos that haven't, haven't done anything to prove themselves really. And it's just based off potential, right? Speculating off potential is going to be good here in 2026, but I'm building for beyond 2026. I'm stacking them up beyond 2026. Where is the bottom for XLR? The question. Wait, what? What do you mean? The bottom for XLR, they've said is 8 cents, right? There was somebody who came in and said XLR will go to 8 cents. So it's looking like it's going to be likely. Hey, we're close to the bottom. Without a doubt. Once we get out of this retrograde, we may get one more week of just brutal reds and just be like, okay, crypto's officially dead, right? The year will be at its peak. Enjoy the beginning of December. Beginning of December is setting up the first half of December right there is setting up for some amazing things, right? And then I don't know about the last half of December there. You know, we had Patsy here saying system update on the 17th. That could be bullish or bearish, but I'm expecting early December some good relief rally recoveries, right? Like you're going to have cryptos that are making, you've already had and have witnessed it in the past month, like a month ago, right? Cryptos that were shooting up 100% in the past 24 hours, 200% in the past 24 hours. This is, dude, we're getting prepped, right? The bull cycle is freaking brewing, right? It is brewing, dude. We are getting so close to the bottom with all this constant dipping and just like it going to levels that were unimaginable. This is a good sign, man. That means we're getting very close to their shakeout being over, right? I just can't ignore Dent. No, I got you, man. Dude, I know I'm going to miss out on some cryptos and some I'm not going to miss out on, right? And everybody's going to win in 2026, though. Well, hopefully, if we're smart enough to know how to take profits and not think, oh, this is forever. This is, you know, we have, this is going to go on forever. This is the new age, right? And no cyber event has happened, right? Brian Armstrong, Vlad from Robinhood at the White House yesterday. Damn, man, that's huge. That's huge. Big announcement probably coming from DJT with Coinbase and Tibber. He's probably going to say, Ribbit. Ribbit. I like Tibber. I like Coinbase. I like base tokens. I like AI agents. And Tibber, that little frog, man, he's going to be my VP. You're going to have to watch out over there. You're going to have to watch out there, right? My current VP, he's not going to know what to do. That could be Tibber's stealth exit. Coinbase using same slogans as Tibber in promotional content at the update. I mean, dude, Tibber's really affordable right now, too. This is a great dip. Great dip for Tibber, right? It's a great dip for all these cryptos. Whichever ones you guys are going. Once again, I speak with passion. I'm not trying to psych anybody out of their, choices, because chances are we're all going to see the promised land in 2026, and we just got to hope that we can, be smart enough of knowing how to strategize around that. Right? Below 20 cents today. Damn, Base Patsy. That's amazing, dude. What an opportunity. What an opportunity for the leading AI agent crypto, right? Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Right? Imagine if he just he's like, I'm the Frog Prince. He puts on a freaking frog hat. Mickey Malka, come up here, buddy. Come up here. He's a very good friend of mine. Love Mickey. He's not Mickey Mouse. He's Mickey the Frog, as I like to call him. Mickey the Frog, right? Tibber is going to do amazing things. Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, we're going to do amazing things. We're going to be number one in crypto, right? Coinbase is not going to provide services for anybody else around the globe, and if it does, they're going to be taxed to shit, right? We're going to be now implementing tariffs to Coinbase. Coinbase will only be suitable and allowed for U.S. investors, right? We're also going to be airdropping $2,000 to all Coinbase. You're going to download Coinbase and you're going to get $2,000 USDC right in your portfolio. Even the dead tokens like LBC, LUA will make... Yeah, exactly, dude. Yep, .com bubble vibes, man. Get ready, man. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. But guys, I got to get going for real. I wanted to keep this a short video. I'll try to do another video later on today if I can. If not, I'll see you guys very soon. Tiny Vitey, where are you at, Tiny Vitey? There you are, Tiny Vitey. You're going to have a wonderful 2026, buddy. You're going to have a wonderful 2026. And Anatoly, you're going to have a wonderful 2026 as well. Sol is going to be soaring. Where's Hugo Filion? Hugo, Flare. It's going to be the year of the sun, buddy. Solar flares. You're going to have a great time. FLR. It's going to be an amazing time, without a doubt. Guys, I'm so grateful to everybody here. We'll talk to you later. Much love to you guys. Thank you. Blue Foundation, Green Giants, and Deep Red Alliance. We're freaking buying while everyone's crying because everybody overinvested, while we just still have ammunition to pick our favorite crypto and chip away. I don't want to talk anybody out of any of their cryptos, right? These are just my opinions and my opinions alone. I'm not a financial advisor, not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. Dude, just having crypto already sets us apart from the millions that will be FOMOing in. Thank you, Blue Foundation. Thank you, Green Giants. And thank you, Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. I'll definitely see you guys in the Blue Castle. Much love. Adios.